4 minutes. It's been, I think, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good. Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, guys, thank you so much for coming to tonight's debate, the leadership showdown. Peter Groenewald versus Julius Malema. We have got GRAD, who will be representing EFF, and Julius Malema, and we've got RADS, who will be representing Peter Groenewald, basically. RADS already knows the rules, but I'm just going to reiterate them. Just 1 second. Okay, so both debaters, you're not allowed to interject. You're not allowed to unmute your mic while the other one is speaking. You'll have 5 minutes for opening statements where you make your case. Each and every one of you will have uninterrupted time to make your case for 5 minutes. After that, you'll each have 5
minutes is too little, man. I thought it was 10 minutes.
Well, if you want 10 minutes, we can talk about it now.
Yesterday you gave 10 minutes.
No, that's cool. The 5 minutes is standard time, but Reds, are you okay with 10 minutes? You'll also have access to the same amount of time.
Yeah, I'm just asking to start first.
You want to start first? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, it makes it easy then. I don't have to do the coin flip. Okay, you'll both have 10 minutes for opening statements. I will give you 10 minutes as well to make your first rebuttals to their opening statements. And then you'll each have 10 minutes for Q&A, where you can ask each other questions. You are both fully in charge of your 10 minutes. So if you feel like your question has been answered or somebody's taking too long to take your answer, to give you an answer, you can reclaim your time immediately and continue with your 10 minutes. And then you'll both have 5 minutes for closing statements. Okay, and then we'll bring up the panelists for Q&A, and each panelist is going to have 3 minutes to interact with you guys.
Excuse me, Mr. Azania. The format that I know is it's introduction, statements, and questions. That's the format that I know.
This is the format we've been using from the start. You do your opening statement, you do rebuttals, you do question and answers, and then we bring the panelists. Sorry, closing statements. Sorry, you have got closing statements and then panelists. It's the same thing from the start.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. You want to go first? I'll give you your 10 minutes now, Reds, if you're ready to start.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Reds.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached a historic turning point in South Africa. For 30 years, we've been told that we should fear, and who we should follow based on the past. But today, the reality on the ground has changed. Our schools are struggling, our infrastructure is crumbling, and corruption has drained our resources. We have reached a point where we are no longer looking for labels. We are looking for competence. If that makes looking for leaders who are around, who were around during apartheid to save us now, it's not because we're looking backward. It's because the current government has failed to move us forward. We simply want a country that works. We deserve more than excuses. We deserve a leader whose name hasn't been found in forensic report or a bank heist. When you look at Dr. Peter Groenewald, you don't see a politician dodging proceeds of crime allegations. You see a man of unshakable integrity. In a country where unexplained wealth is the norm for many leaders, Dr. Peter Groenewald stands out because he has nothing to hide. He is a person of his word, and he is the foundation of any functioning society. In an interview, this is what I had to say regarding integrity.
Have to strive for excellence. It's a value to strive for excellence. Part of the integrity is also honesty. And we say that if you have those sort of basic principles, then you will have a better government. You will have mutual respect for each other, although we have differences. And that's actually also part of self-determination.
Exactly. He says that if if you have a society that has integrity, we will become a functioning country. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't just listen to his words. Look at his actions as the Minister of Correctional Services. In less than 2 years, he has already conducted hundreds of unannounced raids to stop crime from being organized inside prison. He has drastically reduced the department's reliance on expensive outside consultants to save the taxpayer money. He oversaw a 94.4 matric pass rate for incarcerated learners in 2025, proving that with disciplined management, even the most difficult systems can excel. Lastly, instead of just spending our tax money, he is making prisons produce their own food to reduce the burden on you and me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the blueprint for a South Africa that we want. We don't need more revolutionaries who talk about the poor while living in mansions built on stolen tenders. We need leaders who function, who are honest, and who get the job done. The Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald is that leader, and his performance is proof that a better South Africa is possible if we choose integrity over ideology. I rest.
Thank you so much, Reds, for your opening statement. GRAD, you'll now have your 10 minutes for your opening statement with no interruptions.
Thank you, and revolutionary greetings to fighters and fighters only. Well, for the haters of Julius Malema, you are in for a ride. Let me start by making this clear. When we talk about leadership, we are not talking about who has been around the longest or who sounds the calmest behind the microphone. We are talking about people, someone who actually moves people, someone who builds organization, and who has the courage to challenge power even when it comes at a cost. And when you look at Julius Malema's leadership, especially from a young age, it becomes very difficult to seriously compare him to someone like Peter Groenewald. Julius Malema did not wake up one day as a national politician. His political consciousness and leadership was shaped early. As a young person, he was active in COSAS, an organization rooted in struggle, not comfort. COSAS teaches discipline, mobilization, and resistance. It teaches young people how to organize, how to confront authority, and how to link everyday struggles to national politics. That background matters because leadership is learned in action. From there, Malema rose to become president of the ANC Youth League. And during that period, the Youth League was not ceremonial. It was disruptive. It pushed issues like land redistribution, nationalization of mines, and economic freedom into the national conversation when many leaders at the time couldn't care less. Politics started responding to Malema, not the other way around. Now here is where his leadership really shows itself. When Malema was expelled from the ANC, everyone thought, this guy is gone. He's out of the picture. Because that is exactly what the system wants to happen to young leaders. But instead of retreating, Malema founded the Economic Freedom Fighters. And that decision alone is a major leadership achievement. The EFF didn't inherit power. It literally built power. One of the clearest examples of this was in Kandla. When other parties were hesitant, polite, and cautious, the EFF confronted the abuse of state resources head-on. The demand that pay back the money wasn't just another slogan, political statement. It was a political intervention that forced accountability onto the national agenda. It helped expose corruption at the highest level and showed South Africans that power can be challenged even in parliament. Before the EFF, land expropriation without compensation was nowhere. It was something unrealistic or something that, whenever discussed, was behind closed doors. Under Malema's leadership, the EFF forced the issue into the center of national politics. Parliament debated it. The Constitution Review Committee was established. Every major political party was forced to take a position. That is leadership. Shifting what is politically possible. We must also talk about student struggles. During the Fees Must Fall period, the EFF did not distance itself from students. It stood with them. It amplified their demands in parliament and in public. It framed free, decolonized education as a political necessity, not as a privilege. The pressure created through student mobilization, supported by political leadership, resulted in concrete concessions on fees and funding. We see it today. That connection between mass struggle and parliamentary action is not accidental. It is strategic leadership. Through the EFF, Malema also transformed parliamentary culture. You guys remember the red overalls, right? Parliament stopped being a quiet, elitist space. It became confrontational, transparent, and accountable. Ministers were questioned aggressively. Corruption was exposed. Ordinary South Africans saw that their anger and frustration reflected in a formal political institution. Now compare that to Pieter Groenewald. Groenewald's politics does not mobilize the masses. It does not inspire young people to organize. It does not challenge the economic structure of South Africa. It reacts to change instead of shaping it. His political influence is limited, very cautious, and rooted in preservation rather than transformation. Groenewald did not come through mass-based formations like COSAS. He did not build a new movement under hostile conditions. He did not force the country to confront land dispossession, economic exclusion, or the unfinished business of liberation. Julius Malema's leadership, on the other hand, is consistent. From student activism to youth leadership, to founding the EFF and leading it, he has shown an ability to build, mobilize, and confront power. People may disagree with Malema's ideology. They may criticize his tone. He's always too loud, always making a noise. But leadership is not about comfort or politeness. No. Leadership is about impact. And when we look honestly at who has changed the political conversation, who has mobilized and the marginalized, and who has forced accountability onto the national stage, the conclusion is clear. Julius Malema is not simply louder than Pieter Groenewald. He is a more effective, more courageous, and more consequential leader. And he has been proving this since a young age. And it's important to deal with the common myth about the EFF, that it only talks and does nothing. You guys like telling us those things. Under Julius Malema's leadership, the EFF has consistently shown the politics of it's not only about speeches in parliament, but it's about action. It's about whether people's lives actually change. Take this as an example. On housing, in communities where the state has failed for decades, EFF structures have been involved building houses for people who had been abandoned by municipalities and ignored by those in power. Not a pilot project, no press conferences, no la-di-da, actual houses. Those are the things that matter. Because leadership is also about stepping in where the state refuses to act. That is Julius Malema. Then let me take you to what happened today. The fight against airtime and data expiring. This might sound small to some people, but to the working class South African, data is no luxury. It is access to work, to education, and communication. The EFF took on telecoms corporations that were profiting off poverty by letting data expire. That struggle led to regulatory powers to change and force companies to alter exploitative practices. Again, this is the leadership that understands everyday struggle. No, not this elitist inconvenience. And I will not forget to speak on students. Right now, there's a bill before Parliament pushing for student debt to be scrapped. A direct response to the reality that thousands of young people cannot graduate, get certificates, or find work because of historic debt. This is an extension of the same politics that supported fees must fall. Education is a public good and not a debt trap. That bill did not appear out of nowhere. It exists because the EFF under Malema's leadership kept student debt on the political agenda when others wanted the conversation to end. That is consistency. When you connect all of this, COSAS, the ANC Youth League, founding the EFF, Nkanda land expropriation, student struggles, houses, student debt, like I said, this is not accidental politics. This is not performative leadership. That is a leader who understands that power must be confronted everywhere, in parliament, in the streets, in courts, and in communities. And that's why comparing Pieter Groenewald is a big fail already. I'm ending. Groenewald's politics does not build houses. It does not challenge corporate exploitation. It does not fight students trapped in debt. It does not mobilize young people or the poor. Julius Malema's leadership does all of that, and it has done so consistently from a young age. Thank you, Azania.
Thank you so much, GRAD, and thank you so much, RADS, for your opening statements. You will now each have 5 minutes to make rebuttals to each opening statement. There will be some buffer time, so if you feel like you are going beyond the 5 minutes, don't panic. I will allow the same buffer time for your opponent as well. RADS, we'll start with you. Your 5 minutes for your immediate...
Wait, I'm so sorry. So it's rebuttals and then later question time between the two opponents.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Your 5 minutes for your rebuttal. Your rebuttals to the opening statement starts now.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Zanya. Julius Malema, he portrays himself as the champion of the poor. But in 2012, Malema was charged with fraud, money laundering, and racketeering. The National Prosecuting Authority alleged that Julius Malema's family trust, Ratnanang Family Trust, benefited from a 52 million rand tender unlawfully awarded to On Point Engineering by the Limpopo Departments of Roads and Transport. The prosecutors claimed that the company was essentially a front to funnel money to Malema. The outcome, the case was struck off the road in 2015 due to excessive delays from the state, though the NPA has occasionally faced calls to reinstate it. In March 2013, the North Gauteng High Court granted a forfeiture order for his farm in Limpopo. The NPA stated that the farm was acquired through proceeds from money laundering and racketeering related to the On Point tender. The farm was eventually auctioned off by the state for 2.5 million in June 2013. His half-built mansion in Sandton was seized by SARS rather than a direct proceeds of criminal conviction. Because Malema owed roughly 16 million rand in taxes, the court ordered his assets to be liquidated. The mansion was sold at an auction in May 2013 for 5.9 million rand. The other one is that one of the most significant recent controversies involves the collapse of VBS Bank, where nearly 2 billion was stolen from depositors, many of whom were poor and the elderly. Forensic investigations allege that EFF leadership, including Julius Malema, Floyd Shivambu, benefited from the loot through the company called Zgemeka Projects. It was alleged that the money from the bank was used to fund Malema's lifestyle and party expenses. While several VBS executives have been jailed, Malema has consistently denied direct involvement. And here's the article about it, which was done by the Daily Maverick. It alleges that the VBS bank executive is Tifihwa Matozi, the former chairperson of VBS. In July 2024, Matozi pleaded guilty to 33 counts, including corruption, fraud, and money laundering. As part of his plea deal, he provided a detailed 70-page affidavit that directly implicates Julius Malema. According to him, in the statement, the involvement of the EFF leader began after the party started criticizing VBS Mutual Bank in 2016 for granting a loan to former President Jacob Zuma for his Nkandla home. Matozi claimed that he met with Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu at a penthouse in Sandton to discuss the party's negative stance towards the bank. Matozi alleged that an agreement was reached where the bank would pay the EFF for a monthly donation in exchange for the party softening its rhetoric and using its political influence to protect the bank's interest. To hide these payments, Matozi stated that they were told to use the company called Zgemeka Projects, which is owned by Brian Shivambu. Matozi claimed that this was a front to funnel the money into the EFF leadership. And, guys, we can go on about the SARS case and all others, but, I'm short of time. At the end of the day, South Africans are tired of leaders whose names are permanently attached to bank statement and tender scandals. While some leaders are spending their careers in and out of courts defending donations from collapsed banks like VBS, others like Peter Groenewald has spent decades in parliament without a single credible report of their theft or corruption. We want a South Africa that works. We must stop rewarding those who see the state as a personal ATM and start following leaders who treat public service as a matter of integrity, not just a business opportunity. I yield the floor.
Thank you so much, Reds, for your rebuttal. GRAD, your 5 minutes for a rebuttal starts now.
Don't think I'll take all the time. I want to go to one specific point because in history this thing has happened before, that these you guys will say I'm making it about a race card again. White people taking credit for black people. There's a guy called Mr. Makgothi Samuel who works as the National Commissioner of Correctional Services. I need RADS because I know he loves Gemini, right? I need him to go and do a Google search for the National Commissioner of Correctional Services and see his achievements. Because his achievements, the ones that RADS was reading out saying that this is the achievements of Dr. Groenewald. No. Go. Even if you cannot trust me, at least trust your Gemini or your Google. Your Google puts this on Mr. Makgothi. He says when he was appointed, he focused to enhance the workspace. Pardon. He in 2025, the raid that RADS was talking about was a raid that he initiated. He stopped contraband. This is all links that you can find on Google, by the way. Also to his credit of a black man, promotes education within facilities with 18 correctional schools registered for the 2025 matric examination. This is all his things. Just like the guy called Hamilton Naki. I don't know if you guys remember Hamilton Naki, the assistant of Christian Barnard. This is exactly how this man, Mr. Makgothi, is now also, his credit is being stolen. All the glory gone. And let's just have a white face being the face of our savior once again. It's a lie. It's a lie and rhetoric that should be told straight to its face. You are lying when you are saying that this is the achievements of a guy who for over 40 years in parliament, in government, in politics, couldn't even build one house, couldn't even build one school, nothing. The guy, Peter Groenewald, has got absolutely nothing to show for himself the guy has been the mayor. The guy has been the leader of Northwest for his party. What has he done in that place? Now, I know I shouldn't ask questions, but show me. Thank you, Azamia.
Thank you so much, GRAD. Guys, just before I continue to give Reds his 10 minutes for questions and answers, can I please ask that we keep tapping? We're currently at 53K likes, 167 people. We're doing amazing. Share, tap, and appreciate the debaters. Yeah, okay. Reds, you will have 10 minutes, but if I can just say this quickly. GRAD, during these 10 minutes that Reds is about to start now, he is fully in charge of his time. So if he asks you a question and he feels like you have either answered him or you're taking too long to answer him and thus wasting his time, he will reclaim his time and you should immediately cease to speak and allow him to continue. The same thing and the same rules will apply to you. It's been beautiful so far, gentlemen. Let's keep it clean. No ad hominems, no personal attacks. Let's just keep it smooth and cute like this. And everyone in the comment section as well, keeping it nice and cute, guys, so that we don't compromise the live. I've not had any restrictions yet, so let's keep it going. Reds, your 10 minutes for a Q&A starts now. You're fully in charge of this time.
Thank you, Mr. Zania. GRAD, you praised the EFF for Pay Back the Money campaign regarding Nkandla to show that power must be challenged. These are the words that you used. So my question is, if Julius Malema is the champion of accountability, why has he not applied the same passion to the VBS mutual bank scandal, where the poorest of the poor and the very people who you claim protect lost their life savings, while the EFF leadership was implicated in benefiting from the stolen money? Why?
Just want to answer, Kafifi? Okay.
Yes, you can answer.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. It's either that I am confused and living under a rock, right? Or Rad, you must help me, please. Because VBS, Polly van Wyk, made millions off the book that she wrote on Malema. And to this day, it's other people who are in prison. Not one member of the EFF, not even Malema was ever charged for this thing. This is old things. I don't know why I should talk about it. It's stuff that doesn't make sense for me to talk about.
Time. Actually, he was implicated by the senior member, and the NPA are pursuing charges. It's fine. Next says, you credited the EFF with building a few houses where the state failed. But isn't it true that by constantly pushing for nationalization and land expropriation without compensation, Malema is actually advocating for the state to have full and total control of property? And then, how can you claim that he is empowering people when the whole policy, makes an individual a permanent tenant of the state rather than an independent owner of their future?
Go ask those people who are getting land from chiefs whether they feel like that land isn't theirs. Go and ask those people you love to mention in Gonyama Trust. Go and ask those people living within the trust whether they feel like this is not theirs to build on, to do whatever they want to do on it, because they're doing it.
It's fine. Thank you. You say that Dr. Peter Groenewald has nothing to show for 40 years because he didn't build a school or a house. As a member of the opposition for most of these years, GRAD, he has been oversight, right, and not in service delivery, which belong to the ruling party. Right? Are you intentionally confusing the role of the opposition watchdog with the role of the executive, or are you just trying to shift the blame for ANC's failure for providing housing?
Malema has been in parliament for 12 years, and as an opposition, he has built houses. The guy's been there since 1994. He hasn't done one thing. He hasn't touched one brick. I thank you.
Okay, and then you mentioned Hamilton Yardkey and Christian Barnard to suggest that white people always steal black labor. If you believe that success is purely based on the individual worker, why are you making this about race? So in my understanding, GRAD, is that if a department fails, should we blame the commissioner for race, or should we just look at the political leadership, right? What do you have to say about that?
GRAD, do you hear the question?
I thought it was on my side. It was breaking up a little. I'll answer anyways. That's not really a question. So we can't blame the commissioner, because the commissioner has done a splendid job thus far. He's been in that position for just over a year. There's nothing we can blame there.
Okay. You also claim that Malema was shaped by the struggle and confronts the system. Those are the words that you use. Yet Malema has been part of the political elite for over 2 to 20 years, grads, living a lavish lifestyle that mirrors the very same elites that you claim that he hates. If he's truly one of the people, why is his solution to always demand more from the system instead of encouraging Black South Africans to build their own capital and independence away from government reliance, Grad?
Malema grew up as a poor child. Grew up poor. Even into his 20s, poor. There's no way that he will ever turn his back on poor people. Never. He has, for your elitist comment, what is elitist in being the leader of the Youth League, where they expel you for demanding things that they were fighting for? What is elitist about that? What is elitist about going back to your hometown and then wanting to farm? Because you are expelled.
Grad,
Yeah, tell me.
What is
reclaiming
elitist
his time.
about it?
He's reclaiming his time, Grad.
Yeah, Mr. Zania, how much time do I have left?
You've got 4 minutes, 33 seconds left.
Okay, next grad is that you defined Peter Groenewald's politics as limited and cautious and not speaking to the masses and all these things because he respects the rule of law, right? If Malema is disruptive, and you saying that he's disruptive in Parliament and shows that he's superior, why has the EFF's share of the national vote stagnated or declined in recent elections?
This is a good question, because under Peter Groenewald, at least their votes grew. This is 2 elections ago. The last elections, what happened to the votes? To answer your question, though, Malema has built that party from the ground up. Things happened, and we are still building. Our slogan was literally rebuilt.
Listen, if he is moving people, as you say, why are more South Africans, including black citizens, choosing to look for more pragmatic solutions elsewhere rather than following his party?
Reds, that's a question directed to you.
My connection, Azania,
I can hear.
is it my connection? He keeps
I can
cutting.
hear him loud and clear. It's probably your connection, but go ahead and try and answer the question.
Can you just go again, please? He can take 2 minutes of my time, 1 minute of my time.
Reds, do you mind repeating the question, please?
I'm saying, he's coming here saying that Malema's moving, Malema's a shapeshifter, Malema moves the world, Malema people, my question is, then, if that's the case, why are more South Africans, including black people, choosing to look for other solutions, other political parties instead of the EFF, because their numbers went down?
The EFF is not putting no gun to anyone's head in this country. This constitution gives people of South Africa a right to go and choose any political party. It's not the EFF. The EFF can't be the reason for them wanting to choose to vote for whatever thing they want to vote for. It's a ridiculous question.
Okay, it's fine. And then you spoke about him being a mayor, and the town's name is Stilfontein, and you challenged his credentials. My question is, if his leadership was so empty, why did his constituency repeatedly re-elect him and grow his party's mandate while the municipalities under Julius Malema aligned ideologies collapse into administration?
This question, I can't hear anything. Can you hear me at least, Azania?
Yes, his
Even
network is
switched on my
fine.
mobile data.
Yeah, his network is fine. We can hear him loud
He's
and
gonna
clear.
have to
I
repeat
think
his
the problem
question.
is your
Sorry.
your side. Reds, can you repeat your time? I'll give you an extra minute, bro. Don't worry.
You can take a minute of my time also.
I'm saying you are challenging the credibility of the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald. And when he was the mayor in Stilfontein, and you saying that his leadership was empty, that's what you're saying. Why did his constituency repeatedly re-elect him and grow his party's mandate while municipalities that are EFF aligned, right? Municipalities that are EFF aligned, they go in coalitions with the EFF, always collapse into administration. Why?
That's funny. That's government in Joburg. It's been solid for the last 2 years at least. In Tshwane, solid. And this is coalitions, by the way. Same thing with. You must answer me this question though, because
No, I'm asking the
how
question.
long was the guy a mayor there in Stilfontein?
Wait, hold on. I'm asking the questions. Look, In Limpopo, which is the EFF's biggest, support base, basically most of the municipalities where people went into coalition with the EFF went into administration. I mean, Limpopo has one of the highest records for money laundering and mismanagement in that province. Why? If EFF is so superior, why don't they get clean audits like the DA in the Western Cape? Why don't we see that from EFF-led coalitions?
GRAD, did you hear the question?
Can you hear me,
Yes,
Azania?
we can hear you.
Yes, I did. I did.
Go ahead.
I just switched to mobile data. No. He's conflicting matters, because why is he bringing in? Where did Freedom Front thingy here in the Western Cape run the Western Cape? They never ran the Western Cape. Why are you conflicting matters with Limpopo?
No,
Is this changing? Are you shifting the goalpost?
No,
Okay.
no, Mr.
You
Grad.
can take a minute of my time.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Grad. I'm saying in Limpopo, that's where the EFF's largest support base is from, in Limpopo. And most of a lot of the municipalities at that side are in coalition government with the EFF. Why have most of those municipalities ran into administration? That's the question. Why don't we see more clean audits? Why are most municipalities where parties are in coalition with the EFF in administration? Why?
Because it has got zero coalition within Limpopo. Zero. Absolutely zero.
Jesus. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear that the only person who can lead this country forward is the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald. What this country needs right now is integrity, dignity, and a leader who respects and follows the rule of law. Rhetoric and blaming the past, shifting the past for whatever happened is not going to take us forward as South Africans. We need people who would put an end to corruption. We need people who would put the right people in positions of power and move this country forward. I yield the floor.
Thank you so much, Reds. That's your 10 minutes Q&A. Guys, let's please keep tapping, sharing. We're doing incredibly well. We're nearly at 100,000, and keep supporting the panelists as well. GRAD, your 10 minutes for Q&A starts now. You are fully in charge of this time. If you feel like Reds has answered your question, you can reclaim your time and he will stop to talk. If you feel like he's taking too long to answer your question, you can also reclaim your time and he'll cease to speak. No ad hominems, no personal attacks, keep it clean. And after this, we're going to go to the closing statements. Your 10 minutes starts now.
Much. Probably want to use all the time. Rad, you must answer me. What has Peter Groenewald achieved in reducing inequality in South Africa?
Reducing inequality in South Africa. Well, first of all, he's the Minister of Correctional Services, right? And what he's done is that he saved the taxpayer more than 100 million rand for the taxpayer. That's what he's done in his capacity, official capacity, as a minister.
Hold on. Where can I find something that speaks to that? I know you love Gemini. I'm not asking you for the debate. Just give me one.
Oh, okay. No, easy. Can I open my screen and show it to you? It's on the South African website.
Go for it. I'll go to the next question. Thank you for that answer. Which policies has he championed that redistribute wealth or expand economic access to the poor?
He spoke about abolishing BEE and affirmative action because he believes that by putting the right people in positions of power, then the economy would grow. What's currently happening in South Africa is that the wrong people are put because of race and not because of their skills or qualifications or experiences. And overall, we are losing. If you put people in positions of power because of race, we're all losing, no matter how you look at it.
Okay, hold on. So is it your position that BEE must be scrapped and we just get every whitey person to do the work because to you it's not about race?
No, I didn't say that every YT person must do the work. I'm saying people should be employed based on their experience and skills, not because of the color.
So just one last thing. What is the policy that he has championed? That's my question.
Policy that he championed is meritocracy.
I'm asking a policy that he went and tabled it in Parliament. What is that? Is there anyone that we can look at?
Absolutely. One of the policies that he's championed is scrapping of BEE and affirmative action because overall we all lose.
It's not him. It's not him. It's definitely
And
not him. That
also,
was the DA.
yeah, and also
Thank you.
he's also
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rads. Thank you. Let me ask you one. I'll do two more, and then yeah. How many lives has he changed or has materially improved because of his policies for the last 30 years? Let's do only 30 years.
How many lives has he changed for the last 30 years? I'm fairly new to the Freedom Fund Plus. I don't know how many lives he's changed.
Okay, no problem. Besides BEE, can you name one issue and your beautiful correctional services things? Can you name one issue where Groenewald shifted the national agenda rather than just reacting to it?
Absolutely. He speaks about decentralization. He says that communities should have more autonomy and power over the finances within their regions by allowing a central government which has failed, right? Allowing a central government which has failed, it further impoverates, if that's a word. It further pushes people into poverty because funds are sent back to the national government because they're not being spent. By giving regions within South Africa more autonomy, people are able to make decisions.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for that. So when he says devolution of power, because that's what you're reading, you're reading into his devolution of power. Whenever he says devolution of power, the guy only means that I'm not going to be ruled by any black person. They want devolution of power because they want Stilfontein to belong to themselves. They want Orania to belong to themselves. They don't want any black person to ever come close to what they claim as theirs. It's always theirs, and they want to keep it that way. That's what they mean when they say devolution of power. I hope this is fair, and I can do this, by the way, Azania, as I'm asking questions, because he said that is my time anyways.
Of course, it's your time.
I'll ask you one
use it on
question,
whatever
one last
you want.
question. Thanks. I'll ask you one last question. Which youth-led movement or organization can directly trace their growth to Groenewald's leadership in the country?
Which youth-led movement can directly trace their organization to? One of those. Yeah, I'd say. Well, the Freedom Fund Plus is the only party that were opposing the Bella Bill, and this started way in University of Pretoria.
Am I allowed to laugh? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Rats.
Yes. So this happened when the universities were calling for transformation, where they wanted to scrap Afrikaans, right? And so we saw it there when the Freedom Fund Plus were against it. And they were calling for indigenous languages to be more academic, more academic, rather than you taking away Afrikaans. Why don't we develop our own African languages? It further went on to the Bella Bill. The EFF didn't protest against the Bella Bill. It was only the Freedom Fund Plus. So that's what I would say.
Thank you for that. You've heard of Polly van Wyk. Polly van Wyk, I did say is my last question, but then again I'm a pastor, so I can say whatever I want to say and then could repeat for 30 minutes. You've heard of Polly van Wyk, the one who made you understand what VBS is about and all those things. Can you tell me if you know about the book and if the amount of money she made from the book that she wrote on Julius Malema? And if her motivation was money or exposing Julius Malema like she claims?
No, I haven't heard of Polly van Wyk, but the executive, Tafiwa Motodzi, he's the one who implicated Julius Malema. I don't know about Polly van Wyk.
So Polly van Wyk was the journalist who made everyone hear about the involvement of Julius Malema in the EFF with regards to VBS. No one knew about it because there was nothing. She literally thumbsucked and got Nico's people out of KZN to come and stand there. But anyways, that's my time. Thank you, Azania. Thanks, Rats.
No problem. Thank you so much, Greg, for the Q&A. Now, gentlemen, you are both going to have 5 minutes to make your closing statements. Once again, no interjections, no cross talks, and you are fully in charge of that 5 minutes. Red, we'll start with you, bro. Your 5 minutes for closing statement starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa is crying for law and order. And I want to show you guys this video.
It's a proper fight.
Embarrassing. Shameful. 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 And this isn't what South Africa needs right now. This isn't what South Africa deserves right now. Right now, we need a leader who respects the rule of law. We need a leader who can. Right now, we need a leader who can help us restore the rule of law in South Africa, who can help build the systems, who can help improve the systems that can alleviate poor South Africans out of poverty. We don't need chaos. We don't need more revolutionaries. We don't need people who constantly disrupt parliamentary proceedings and want to go out there and act as revolutionaries. I mean, we don't need a person who has a culture of disrespect, a culture where he disregards the traditional leadership, traditional and structural systems within the country. We don't need that. We need a person who can root out corruption, root out money laundering, make a system more, have more dignity and more integrity. This is what the Honourable, again, Peter Groenewald had to say about that.
For the party. Other values, for instance, is that we say that we must ensure that we obtain the best. In this sense, that I must unfortunately say that we became a mediocrity sort of government that only the average is good enough. We have to strive for excellence.
Exactly, Dr. Peter Groenewald. We have to strive for excellence. We have to demand more from our people. We have to demand more from our government officials. We, as South Africa, deserve to be the best country in Africa, and only one person can lead that agenda, and that's the Honourable Dr. Peter Groenewald. I yield the floor.
Thank you so much, Reds. Appreciate it, bro. GRAD, your 5 minutes for your closing statement starts now.
Thank you, Zania. This debate was never really about personalities. It was about leadership, real leadership. The kind of leadership that changes lives, not just talking points. When we strip away this idea of comfort and nice words and being conservative, what do we get? Julius Malema has led from a young age. The guy has proven that he is the better leader. Under his leadership, the EFF forced accountability on Nkandla. It made land expropriation without compensation a national issue. They will tell you that his politics are divisive. But his politics are not divisive, or his leadership skills are not divisive. Rather, is decisive. That's what it is. His leadership is decisive. When he says he's going to do something, he will do it. Leadership is not about sounding reasonable, law and order, like the guy says, while inequality remains intact. Leadership is about whether history shifts because you were present. That's what it's about. And history has shifted because Malema stood up. He spoke out and he organized. From a young age, by the way. That is what true leadership is. And not this idea that we're going to have some white supremacist who, because of some idea, because he looks like he's got more law and order, like my brother puts it, he's going to be the better person. No, that's not leadership. Leadership it's measured by impact. We can see the courage of Julius Malema. And he faces the music every time. You guys know it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GRAD. Thank you so much, gents. That was actually a fantastic debate. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to clap hands for both of you. Where's this thing to clap hands? I can't find it. I'm going to find it. Don't worry. There we go. Yay. I got it. Thank you so much, gents, for coming up and debating. I really appreciate it. We are now going to bring up the panelists who are going to come and ask you questions. Just to reiterate the rules for the panelists, guys, you can come up. You will have 3 minutes each to ask a question or make a statement towards any of the panelists. In that 3 minutes, no ad hominems, no personal attacks on the debaters, and stick to the time limit. When there is capacity for us to open up and give you more time, we will do that. If there's a request and I need space, I will drop the person that has already spoken, but feel free to stick around and request again. So I'm going to bring up the panelists now. Fantastic debate, gents. Really, really, really good. I think I've said this multiple times that this has been the most viewed debates, perhaps in the request, sorry, in the promotion. I'm trying to multitask. In the promotion, I think it's sitting at around 2.5 grand views, and it honestly lived up. It honestly lived up to the hype. I think everyone has been well behaved. Both of you, you did fantastic. I really appreciate it. Is there any more requests? Yes, there is. I'm gonna bring up as many people as I can bring in. Yeah, okay. If you do want to request to come up, please feel free to request and come up and ask the panelists questions. You've got 3 minutes. Each person has got 3 minutes, and then we'll increase the time as and when we continue with the debate. The first person on the grid is actually Kaiser was the first person to request, so I think it's only fair that we give Kaiser the first bite because he was the first person to request. Kaiser, you've got 3 minutes to ask questions or make comments towards the debates. You know the rules already. There you go, Kaiser.
Thank you. My first question is for RADS, but please don't answer it immediately because it's going to eat away at my time. Note it down. Now, you like to ask these questions. Why, if EFF is so good, did they not get an audit? I'm going to ask you a clean audit. I'm going to ask you a similar performance-related question about Groenewald. If he's so good, why did Freedom Front Plus in 2024 lose 4 seats in parliament under his leadership? Why? Why did that happen? I'm asking your own type of question. Secondly, my question to GRAD. The Constitution talks about uplifting historically disadvantaged people. Now, I want to ask, according to your knowledge, who is the Constitution addressing when they talk about historically disadvantaged people? And then, you can answer it direct right now, because I have a supplementary question to that.
Yeah, I'll start.
No, not you. I want GRAD to answer. You'll answer after.
Okay.
I have a supplementary question to GRAD.
Historically disadvantaged are obviously black people, disabled people, women. And when I say black, I include colored and Indian, according to the Constitution.
All right. When they talk about this history, are they talking about South African history specifically? All right. So ordinarily, then it wouldn't categorize Zimbabweans and Nigerians as historically disadvantaged under the constitutional context.
Okay.
All right. So why is Malema so keen on pushing for the benefit of Zimbabweans and Nigerians and all manner of people who are not historically disadvantaged in our context?
He clearly has a Pan-Africanist view on his politics. You know that. I know that.
Okay. Now
he never made a case.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Now, how does you said Malema understands the struggle of the ordinary people. Now, how does this Pan-Africanist view of his actually serve the historically disadvantaged ordinary people of South Africa specifically, as you have admitted that the historically disadvantaged are not just black, but black South Africans specifically? If he understands our plight and our struggle, why is he sharing our resources with people who are not historically disadvantaged in our context?
Oh, do RADS go?
Yes, no, go ahead. Go ahead and answer the question, Greg. That's okay.
No problem. I'll be very quick, and then RADS can go. He's not sharing anything. Julius Malema is not in power. He has never shared anything. All he does is takes his own money and share that with people. Feeding 700 kids a day. Feeding, building houses for your disadvantaged, previously disadvantaged, or historically disadvantaged people. That's what Malema is doing with his money. He's sharing his money, not state resources. He's got no power over state resources. Thank you.
Host, can I remind Reds of my question, or should I drop to make space for others? Or do you still remember it?
I'll give you.
Yeah,
I'll give you 1 minute.
Okay,
Yeah, I
thanks. Let
remember
me
it.
drop. Okay,
No,
I
I
can drop
remember
it.
it.
I'll listen from the comment section
Oh,
to make space for others.
Feel free to request again, Kaiser. Okay, when there's space.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, Mr. Kaiser, there's a difference between growth and decline. In 2009, the Freedom Fund Plus saw a massive growth because, they stuck to their principles. And the DA didn't. In fact, the DA is in alignment with the ANC, and a lot of it was unattractive to people. And so a lot of people within the DA moved to the Freedom Fund Plus, right? And into 2014, that's how they got into the GNU. Whereas for the EFF, on the other hand, it's a sign of rejection. Most of the people who voted for the EFF were kind of tired of the revolutionary politics and the disrespect and the disorganization that the EFF purports. And a lot of them went to Zuma's AK party. People didn't just move for strategy. They left because the EFF message no longer resonates with the masses.
Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you for keeping it short and right straight to the point. Kanda, your 3 minutes starts now.
Yes, hi, gentlemen. Hope everybody is doing well. Ladies as well that are listening or are in the panel or going to come into the panel later on. Gentlemen, the debate has been very good, very insightful, and it tells that you guys actually did your preparation as far as this is concerned. My question is for RADS, and I'm going to, sorry, for GRAD. But I first want to make sure that I prep my question very well. So, Julius Malema was quoted saying when he was in the ANC, he is willing to unalive for Zuma. I was then in a debate, not in a debate necessarily, but I was in the room when in 2016, he was pushing for the local elections. And he then said that South Africa has actually collapsed, and it's collapsed under one name, and that name is Jacob Zuma. Julius Malema himself then came back and said, Mbeki is one of the most intelligent presidents South Africa has ever had. And prior to him saying that, he also said that Mbeki is the problem in this country. The same Julius Malema then said, I've organized a march asking why Pravin Gordhan was fired. He then came back and said, Pravin must be fired. The very same Julius Malema is the one that said when Floyd announced in the press conference that he is leaving to join the MK, he then came and said, today feels like the exact same day when my mother passed on. And then he came up and he said, when he was asked about Floyd later on, he then came back and said, I don't have time to be discussing traitors. But this is the one that really gets to me. Julius Malema, from COVID onwards, came up and he said, all foreigners that are African, they must find creative ways to get into the country. South Africa is theirs. These guys must be able to come here because already they are able to come and get medicine and they go back to their own countries. South Africa has no borders. There are no borders here. And Africa is for everybody. This is the same Julius Malema who, on the 10th of June in 2011 said, and I quote his tweet verbatim, gone are the days when Zimbabweans came into South Africa to find jobs. Now they come to have kids so that they benefit from social grants. Clearly, this is somebody whose stances can change from one day into the other. My question to you, Grad, then becomes, if you are able to then listen to all of these things and you are able to see how this leader is able to change his perspective from one day to the other, what prerequisites do you then have, or what qualifications do you give him for you to then say he is a credible leader that can run the country, in light of the fact that he has flip-flopped on so many principles, so many ideologies that he himself he deemed to hold? I yield. I'm happy to hear the answer.
Question. This idea that politics isn't fluid, or that you can't change your mind in politics, is the most ludicrous thing. It's the most ludicrous thing. Julius Malema has been the most consistent in his policies, in his way of seeing life, and what he wants to see. I was looking for a video now because I saw that RADS was looking for likes videos. I was looking for a video where Julius Malema speaks as a 16-year-old. And the things that he says today are the things that he said back then when he was 16. He's been consistent in his policies. He's been consistent in how he views politics, and never ever went or what you guys call flip-flopped on it. This idea that you guys think we can have there's permanent enemies in politics, it's insane. It's crazy. People change their minds on things, but the one thing he doesn't change his mind on is his worldview and on his policies. He never did. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GRAD. Spaza, your 3 minutes starts now, my leader. You already know the rules.
Yeah. Greetings, everyone. I am 419 Spirit, and I have a question for Rads because he proposed something very interesting. Rads, you said you believe that race-based laws, or in terms of putting people in power based on their skin color, is detrimental to the country, or is that true? Before I proceed.
1000%.
Okay, so do you agree with me that it has been happening for the last 30 years?
Yes.
Okay. But Rad, the inconsistency here is that would you consider the apartheid government race-based laws as well?
Relation to well, here's the thing: the Freedom Front Plus party was voted in after.
No. I'm not talking about the freedom. I'm not talking about the Freedom Front. I'm saying the apartheid. Just stick with me. The apartheid, right? Would you also consider the apartheid government Would you also consider that the apartheid government implemented race-based laws?
Yes.
Okay, and then how did that benefit the Afrikaner and/or white population of the country?
Economically, it benefited them economically.
So then why, when black people in this context want to do the same thing, are you against it?
Because it's a net. What do you call? I mean, look at how when Jacob Zuma put Dudu Myeni as chairperson of SAA, what happened to SAA? Where's SAA right now? We need to put people in positions of power in terms of skill. By putting Dudu Myeni, a lot of people lost jobs.
Okay, wait,
the taxpayer is losing money.
Okay, wait. I'm reclaiming my time. Okay, so Rad, are you saying that socialist policies such as what's called NSFAS is detrimental to the country?
NSFAS is detrimental to the country. Are you asking me? I wouldn't say so.
Okay, but that is an empowerment policy.
And what does that have to do with BEE?
Anyway, let me just rest my case. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah.
419. All good, bro. All good. Stando and activism. Stando, you have got 3 minutes. Starts now.
Hi, thank you. My question is for Rads, very similar to the previous speaker, but Rads, earlier on when you were asked about policies that are pushed by Peter Groenewald, you mentioned that there's an opposition from Peter Groenewald of BEE and affirmative action on the grounds of skills and competence. Yet these particular policies have existed to assist previously disadvantaged Black people who have been systematically denied skills, education, and economic participants, and are the vast majority of the population. 83% of the population are these Black people who are previously disadvantaged. With the Skills Development Act already in place to address the skills shortage within Black people, how does removing the redress measures like BEE and affirmative action benefit the 83% of South Africans who were historically disadvantaged, who are Black people? How does that serve the people pushing against such affirmative action and BEE?
Yeah, after 30 years, BEE and affirmative action have primarily enriched a small political elite while leaving the majority of Black South Africans in poverty and record high unemployment. By prioritizing race over competence, we have crippled our state-owned enterprises and service delivery. So I support the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald because his stance is true empowerment. True empowerment isn't just based on handouts. True empowerment isn't just based on the grievances of the past. It's about quality education and a growing economy that rewards hard work, right? Being an African citizen, by being a Black person, it means that I must
Can I reclaim my time? I wanted to say, right, these Black people cannot, or you are saying should not be receiving BE and affirmative action, have been systematically denied skills and education. There are systems such as the Skills Development Act that are already in place to address the skills shortage, and there are socialist things such as NSFAS that address the education shortage. So how is that a handout if those skills are already being redressed by the vast population, which is Black people who are systematically disimpoverished?
The problem is that you're confusing policy with progress. We've had Skills Development Act and NSFAS for decades, yet we have record high unemployment, especially amongst the youth, right? It's like you're defending a system that keeps people waiting for a handout while the world moves on. It's ridiculous. I don't want my people to be selections in a government scheme. I want them to be competitors in a global economy. And this is what the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald supports, right? It's about merit and excellence, right? So you can't be a socialist and a communist and in a failing economy. You have to build the economy through skills that actually command a paycheck, not through state dependency that keeps you trapped in the past.
Thank you so much, Tandwa. Your time has expired. Thank you so much, Reds. Political.
Alrighty. I don't necessarily have a question. I just have more of a vent. I don't want to give people the wrong platform to spread lies. Firstly, let's look at the bill, which is the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act. If you look at the purpose of that act, it says it is to tighten oversight of and improve equity in basic education. Key changes include mandatory grade R. So when you're telling me that Dr. Groenewald is against that, he's saying that children shouldn't be educated. They shouldn't get mandatory education. It says strict prohibition to corporal punishment. If Dr. Groenewald is against that, it only makes sense because in any case, when the children back in the 1970s and 1980s protested against Afrikaans in their schools, him and his cronies set the dogs on those children, massacred massive amounts of those children. So he's not interested in making sure that children get an education, specifically the majority people who are affected. We'll also touch on what you keep claiming is that it's 140, and this is to you, Rats, what you keep claiming that it's 142 laws that race-based laws. Those laws are redress laws. It means there were 142 transgressive laws against Black people during apartheid. Each law is designed to fix the mess that your beloved Honorable Groenewald has created a system that your beloved Groeneveld, Honorable Groeneveld, is trying to defend. A system that set the dogs on children. A system that oppressed my father, your father. You say that you're a black person and you say that you believe in meritocracy. My question then to you is, and it's a rhetorical question, I don't want you to answer. When you say that you believe in meritocracy, or Groeneveld believes in meritocracy, he hates socialism. When did that start? Because there was no meritocracy during apartheid. No matter how hard a black person worked, they were never recognized. That's number one. Socialism is the reason why Afrikaners today live in all the best places. Lest we forget, Afrikaners had white economic empowerment. They were given the land from the government that was stolen from black people. They didn't come into this country with land in their ships. They didn't come into this country with cattle in their ships. They stole the land, they stole the resources, and the government worked with them to seize all of this from black people. So now when you're telling me, and you have the pompous arrogance of telling me, I'm sorry if I'm being a bit angry right now, but when you have the arrogance of telling me that socialism doesn't work, when the Afrikaners' mouth are full of oil and whatever debris that they've feasted over our resources and stolen from our forefathers, it is an insult. And to you as a black person to defend that type of system is really, honestly annoying. I'll rest there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your time has expired. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I would like to
I think
respond
it's fair.
to that.
Of course, Reds, yes.
Yes. Listen, maybe we should set up it. Oh, he's gone. Oh my God. Listen, if you're listening, bruh, I've seen your videos. Let's set up a debate. Azania, I want this guy next. But listen, firstly, he claims, his claim that opposing, his claim that the Freedom Fund Plus opposing the Bella Bill is opposing education. It's a logical fallacy, right? It's a logical fallacy. Dr. Peter Groeneveld's objection isn't to grade R or to crash children. It's to the centralizing of power. He believes that parents and schools and governing bodies should have the power to decide what's best for their children. It's about freedom of choice, not lack of education. We know you have a victim mindset, political zest, or whatever your name is. 2, regarding the redress laws, true empowerment comes from merit and job creation, not just permanent implementation of race-based quotas that have failed to fix our economy for 30 years. I mean, you speak about the past to justify your victimhood complex, but I choose to look to the future. I'm a black South African citizen. I'm not a victim of the system. And, I mean, you wait for redress from government. I am advocating for personal responsibility in an environment where any South African, regardless of race, can build a business and succeed through their own efforts. I don't want a handout. I want a functioning country.
Thank you so much, Brett. Vote Right, your 3 minutes for questions or statements starts right now. How are you doing, Vote Right?
Good yourself, matey. Good,
Good.
Azania.
All good. Can I just encourage everyone to please tap and share the live? Appreciate the panelists as well if you wish. But most importantly, please tap and share the live. Vote Right, your 3 minutes starts now.
Thank you for allowing me. And this goes to RADS. RADS, could you answer me yes or no? Can a leopard change its spots?
Oh.
So we look at Groenewald and we look from the 70s, the 80s. What he looked down at us as people of color, where he said to PV that PV is too soft on us people. What do you say to that? How can you defend that?
Actually, I can defend that by playing a video where he said that apartheid was an injustice towards black people. I've heard these, people say that Peter Groenewald said that apartheid was too soft on black people. Show me the evidence. I can bring up a video right now where Dr. Peter Groenewald says apartheid was an injustice. He even further goes to say that apartheid should have ended sooner, like the American system. I can bring that video up right now. Bring up a video or an article or any sort of...
You don't have to bring up a video.
Yeah. Of
This
course
is
we
my
don't want you to
time,
bring it up.
so there's a reason why I'm saying this. It's because he spoke through his own mouth. It's on the internet. You can go research it. And I can assure you, I grew up in that time. I fought in apartheid that time. He was one of my most hated people that I hated out there. And Rads, let me tell you this. I've lost all respect for you for going against the grain of us fighting to have a proper South Africa. This man is a con man. He is an apartheidist. He is somebody who upholds apartheid. Then to GRAD. GRAD, could you tell me, why are you following a European socialism, which was created by Europeans, the people who colonized South Africa? Why would you explain to me, why would you follow socialism created by a white European?
Because we've had no problem with white people. We've never had problems with white people. We've always had problems with white supremacy, and we fight white supremacy. That's why taking the ideology of Karl Marx is fine. It's okay. This is who we are.
Okay. Thank you very much. But there's more questions I would have wanted to ask. But personally, I'll ask you guys that. But thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you so much for that. Red,
Thank you.
I think it's only fair that I give you an opportunity to respond as well to that. If you can take 1 minute. Please keep tapping, guys. Keep tapping and keep sharing the live. Also, just so you are aware, I just got reminded by your comments there that these videos you see in these debates will also be available on YouTube. The link is in my bio, or you can just go to the Bullpen 1v1 debate on YouTube, and you'll be able to rewatch all of these debates. Red, I'll give you 1 minute to respond to VR.
Oh, sorry, is it my turn? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Zanya. Please forgive me. Can I just quickly show that video, right?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Zanya.
You just have 1 minute, just so you're aware.
Oh, okay. So this video was from 3 years ago. So it was before the whole video AI manipulation. So people cannot use that excuse. And here's the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald, a righteous man. And this is what he had to say about apartheid. Just to expose the other lies from political Zeist or whatever his name is. Please mute your mic.
Of course. Okay. That's no problem. I mean, if we go back to apartheid again, it's again an injustice system. There's no doubt about it. The only difference is that it took South Africa a bit longer than the United States of America.
Exactly. So you guys are claiming that he said black people deserve. Show me the video. Show me something. Like, you guys want to vilify this righteous man who serves South Africa, this man who has worked hard, and you guys want to vilify him because your own leadership has failed. Come on, guys.
Thank you so much, Reds. Clinty, your 3 minutes starts now. And also, sorry, Grad, let me know when you need to go, bro. I know you've got about 15 minutes left, but when you need to go, let me know so I can give you a chance to say a few words before you go. Clinty.
Greetings, Mouse, and thank you for the platform. Much appreciated. I think Boutrat asked him a very simple question, but he couldn't really answer the question because in the history of Peter Groenewald himself, when he broke away from the conservative Afrikaners, or let me call it the NP itself, and strange enough in history, his name is being mentioned in the Super Afrikaner Broederbond book. He was part of the Broederbond, and the Broederbond as well as the NP had conflict of interest with Peter Groenewald. That was a breakaway party that formed the Freedom Front Plus. And the Freedom Front Plus formed the party when they broke away from the Broederbond out of the Afrikaner stances, where they wanted to literally focus on Afrikaner nationalism. And they formed specific structures in our economy exclusive and secretive policies that they implemented in our economy to benefit only the Afrikaner nationalists. And he broke away from them when they came to the conclusion that they must end apartheid. And his words was, the reason that him and his fellow Afrikaners went to go start or founded the Freedom Front Plus is that they were too soft on our people with the oppression. And by saying that, we're going to make a reference to a recent statement that he made. He was in National Assembly. If he's really against injustices, he uttered these words, which is treason. He said, if you want to take the land without compensation, you will get a civil WAR. So my question is, how can you say this guy is full of integrity if he doesn't acknowledge the injustices that was done to our people? I'm going to leave it with that, my brother. Thank you, my host.
Thank you so much. Short and sweet. Appreciate it. I don't think there's any response for that. It was more of a statement. So I'm happy to leave it at that, chance.
Wait, I can respond.
Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. I thought you would want to respond. I'll give you 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yeah. Listen, it wasn't the whole thing of civil WAR. It wasn't a threat. It was a warning. If you destroy property rights and take what people have worked for, you're destroying the economy for everyone. So by calling out the danger of radical policies, like the EFF, it's not oppression. It's common sense to protect your food security, right? And then the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald, he stands for self-determination and merit. He's not soft or hard on people. He's hard on a failing system. While you're stuck in victimhood, we know how you guys think. The victimhood, blaming the past and stuff. He's in the GNU, actually managing the department, trying to make it work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simpiwe. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, my question will I'll start with RADS, then I'll come to GRADS. So RADS, besides VF Plus complaining about other political parties, what plan do they have to address the inequalities that are facing people in South Africa? And also another question to you is, if VF Plus advocates for the minority group in South Africa, why does it specify that it stands for Afrikaner people? Why it doesn't include the Indian people and also colored people who are also minorities in South Africa? And also my question to you, GRAD, is with the unemployment that is facing South African people, why does Julius Malema oppose stricter rules that are set in place to deal with illegal foreigners in South Africa? And also, would you agree with me to say that Julius Malema doesn't care about this thing of foreigners because he's more like President Mugabe? Because I'm saying this because in an interview where he was asked that would he move if the FF members would vote him out as a leader of FF, he said that no, because he's a founder of that party. That means no one will remove him as a president of that party. That's my question to you guys.
Thank you very much. To answer your second question, every party has its own mandate. The Patriotic Alliance is clearly for colored people. You can see it in their logo. And the EFF is clearly for black people. They make it very evident. But GRAD is a colored, and he's part of the EFF. I know white people were part of the Patriotic Alliance. I'm a black person. I'm considering voting for the Freedom Fund Plus. I hope it answers your question. The other one is that you asked about what's the Freedom Fund Plus plans to address the inequality in South Africa. I have three that I can think of from the top of my head, which is ending race-based policies, scrapping BEE so that the most capable people, regardless of their race, can build businesses and create real jobs. 2, decentralizing power, moving resources away from corrupt central government and handing it into the hands of local communities and authorities who can actually work to fix their own problems. 3, protecting property rights. You can't build a future over something that you don't own. This thing of land expropriation without compensation, where the state will be the primary custodian, means that you don't own your land. Your land isn't your own, it belongs to the state. I don't know why people aren't alarmed by this. I hope it answers your question.
Thanks for the questions, Sampiwe. I'll also start with your last question because I've never seen the video, and I will never believe that Julius Malema will take a stage and say something like, "I will never leave the seat," or "I will not, I will not be removed from the seat," because the EFF is run on democratic centralism. Besides that, we are democracy. We hold democracy up high. So we've got branches going to elective conference to go and vote for whoever they feel should be president. It's a lie that I don't believe that. Let me not say it's a lie before you tell me I'm attacking you. Then it's such a fallacy to think that unemployment is created by foreign nationals. Now I can understand the impact that more people in a country creates, but to say that unemployment is created or allude that unemployment is created by foreign nationals, it's insane. That's all I can say in this time. It's insane.
Thank you so much, Grad. I appreciate that. Kaiser, your 3 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sorry, Azania.
Yes.
In 5 minutes, I'm out of here. Eh?
Okay, no problem. Can I just give
Thank you
Kaiser
so
a
much
bite?
for tonight.
I'll just give Kaiser a bite quickly, and then I'll come back to you to close. Just your final words before you go. Kaiser, go ahead.
Okay, Greg just said that it doesn't make sense to say foreign nationals are responsible for unemployment. Now, we know that South Africa has the biggest number of companies in Africa, but also the highest unemployment in Africa as well. Now, this is clearly a perverse relationship of these statistics, because you would expect that the highest number of companies goes with the lowest number of unemployment, right? What do you believe is the cause of this, since you have better sense of what causes this unemployment?
South Africa, the government refuses to industrialize the country. They're sending minerals out of the
without
country. That's my belief.
industrialization, great, wait. Without industrialization, we nevertheless have the largest number of companies in Africa. Why do we have unemployment as well? Government doesn't have to add more capacity. We already have the biggest number of companies in Africa. Doesn't make sense that we also have the highest unemployment. Can you explain that? Because right now we have a lot of companies. How do we also have a high unemployment? Since you know better, it's not foreigners. Who is it?
Under Mbeki, the stats were the same, and unemployment was still high.
Mbeki or not, the
why
question
would that be
is
different
why?
now? It's because they haven't grown the economy in the last. They haven't grown. I'm answering. They haven't grown the economy.
It's my time. Can I reclaim it, host?
Grad, he's
I
allowed
host,
to
can you
reclaim
give
his
me
time.
another 10 seconds or something?
That's okay. That's
because
okay,
he literally bullied me for my time. It's my time. I can stop you in the middle. Rez, I have a question for you as well. Now, we know that throughout his whole history, Freedom Front Plus has only had white male Afrikaner leaders. Now, in your opinion, is this a coincidence of merit, or is it by design?
I think it's been. I mean, I don't know how. I do know how to answer. I think it's.
All right, you'll answer when I'm finished, because my time is going. I hope you remember my first question. Secondly, Freedom Front Plus not only has had white Afrikaner male leaders, it's also had two brothers who have been leaders of the party. Is that a coincidence or nepotism? Secondly, Freedom Front Plus is a merger with the Conservative Party, which was formed by the father of the two brothers. Now, this almost seems like a family legacy, you know. Now, you will have to answer as to whether this is a coincidence or nepotism. Now, not only have I mentioned ethnicity, ethnic monopoly of leadership in that organization. I've also mentioned gender monopoly. I've also mentioned
10 more seconds.
racial monopoly.
10 more seconds.
Host,
Yes.
can I please have 20 seconds, please?
Okay, 20 seconds. Go ahead.
Great, like 20 seconds is a lot.
Go ahead, Kaiser. 20
All right.
seconds.
Now, the organization Freedom Front Plus. Now, like I said, that I've pointed to ethnic monopoly in leadership, racial monopoly, and gender monopoly, white male Afrikaners. This is a pattern. Now, with such a diverse country, why not even Afrikaner women at least? You are telling me that the only people who are competent enough to lead that organization are white Afrikaner males in such a diverse country? Furthermore, Freedom Front Plus is a merger, right, of the Conservative Party and others. The Conservative Party was found by the discredited father of these Mulder brothers, who was involved in a scandal of embezzling millions of money under apartheid, of government funds under apartheid. Now, be that as it may, he went on to live past stealing government money to start a party which was inherited by his sons. Is that accountability? Is that not nepotism? Is that not racialism and sexism? If not, explain what it is exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hold on, Reds, 1 second. Can we start with Grad first, since he was asked the first question, and then we'll come to you, Reds. Grad, go ahead, bro.
Answer this question. I'm sure I answered this question, host.
Okay, no, if you're happy, then that's okay. I thought I'll give you another bite. Reds, go ahead.
Thank you very much. The recent remember that the Freedom Front Plus historically was for the that represent the Afrikaner people's interest, but recently there has been a surge in popularity for the Freedom Front Plus. So the current leadership structure is white people, and hopefully things will change in the future. But if there's only white people, then I trust in the party. You know, look, the background of the leadership is less important than the quality of their solutions, right? While, you know, you would want to put a focus on their past, right? The focus is actually who can fix the lights, secure property rights, and stop the state from failing. So, you know, it's about meritocracy again. So if they happen to be all white, if that's, you know, what the party decides to do, then it is what it is. You know, I'm happy with how the party's performing. You know, Kaiser, can I tell you something, bro? Being black doesn't make you special. Don't think just by being black, the world owes you anything. We want people who can actually perform their tasks. The world doesn't owe you anything because you're black. I hope it's clear. Thank you.
It's clear that being white Afrikaner male is special.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kaiser. Thank you so much.
Azadia, can I greet?
Yes. Are you gonna go now? Great.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I just want to greet and say thank you to you and thank you to everyone in the chat, and of course, Rat. It was good. It was good to hear you. Thank you very much. It will not crash out. Thank you very much to everyone asking questions also, and thank you to the gifters. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Cheers.
Thank you as well, Great, for coming.
Please
bro.
do
And
replace me as a political. You are much better.
thank you so much for coming, bro. And most importantly, thank you for your people that came to support you as well. I hope that they can see that this platform is fair. It's not enemy ground necessarily, even though I am a Tudula. And that when you come here, you'll be treated fairly and you'll get a chance to express yourself. without
Forgotten about
interjections.
me, host.
I'm coming, but I can't stop him from leaving. He has other commitments and he maybe wants to sleep, you know. He has a meeting tomorrow for the April court hearing, so he has to go and regroup. But most
Lies. Thank you so much.
listen,
Cheers.
most
Appreciate you.
importantly, thank you so much, bro, for coming. I really appreciate it. And I'll be sending other invites as well to other fighters, so hopefully they've seen an example today and they'll come. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Ik het dich altijd maar zeggen, dan gaan we jouw ticket boeken in April, nee. En je gaat vliegen naar Island dan toe om die kantoor of die hof It's my Afrikaans. Guys, I know only street Afrikaans. I don't know this proper Lani Afrikaans. Tyrone, Masakan to Lake.
It's good, guys, man. How's it, Kaiser?
3 minutes, bro.
Guys, the biggest frauds came under the National Party. I don't, if you guys remember the Mulder's Gate scandal, right? Where they purposely claim ignorance about this. Where this guy, Peter Groenewald, his closest friends were involved in that with him because he was also in court. His friend, Finance Minister Rudy, who stole millions and fled South Africa. That his close friends until today, DA councillor in the DA who was involved in a 350 million rand fraud and still serving Stekron here, right? P.T. Du Plessis, former cabinet minister, jailed 9 years, only did 2 years, 1993, for 17 counts of fraud involved in 30 million rand. He was over 60 years old, but he qualified for early parole. We all know at the Condesa table, right? These guys were pardoned when they discussed what's going to happen the way forward after 1994. Pierre de Pontus, a good friend of Groenewald, MP of East London 1989, was fined 35k in 1991 for theft, fraud, bribery. And this one, Peter Groenewald also signed off on it. And you must remember, this guy speak of fraud and corruption and of the country and what the ANC is doing, or all other black leaders in the country. And white people, his main friend, Pierre de Pontus, was a good friend of the biggest mafia at that time, of Vito Palazzolo, something like that, the Italian, to get him city building and property permits and made his cases disappear. And Peter Groenewald signed off. Leon de Beer served only 8 months for 70 counts of electoral frauds for more than 5 million rand. His other friend, Member of Parliament, Henny van der Walt, 10-year sentence for trust monies of more than 8 million rand, while the Deputy Minister of Cooperation and Development. Remember the amounts that I'm mentioning. What is today? It is more than like 4 or 5 times. And this guy was in the center. He was in court and he was pardoned. I mean, when you get pardoned, it was that time in 1993 where it was like the TRC, right? The discussions between the ANC and the apartheid government to say, listen here, drop these cases. We are going to stand down. This is the things that happened. And I keep on hearing this guy is honest, and he's going to lead the country. If he becomes president, he's going to lead the country. This guy, he's a scammer, he's a fraudster, because he changed 1994 to a good guy all of a sudden. He didn't have a choice.
Thank you, Tyrone. Your 4 minutes has expired. Red, you can respond.
Oh, so sorry. Well, you saying that this guy's a fraudster, he's a fraudster, and somebody else came and said that a leopard cannot, change its spots. Well, then, we have leaders who were implicated in TRC report, who unalive people: Jacob Zuma, Thabo Mbeki, Winnie Mandela, Brian McBride. So are you telling me that those people didn't change their spots, right? Listen. Tyrone, you are reaching back 40 years into history because you can't defend the failures of today. That's why you want to speak about the past. Let's be clear. Dr. Peter Groenewald has never been convicted of fraud like your Malema. He hasn't. Mentioning people he knew decades ago is, it's a distraction. It's called guilt by association, and it's a very weak argument. You just cannot stand the might of the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald. Lasagna, I'm finished.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking and I'm muted. Pardon me, Reds. Reds, do you still have time, bro?
Oh, okay. Should I continue? Oh, okay. Listen.
No. I mean, do you still have time to remain on the live, or do you need to run?
I'm kind of liking it. I like cooking people. I like cooking people who come from my Dr. Peter Groenewald. So let's keep it going.
Okay, cool, no problem. Ganda, who's that? Who just asking to come in? Okay,
I,
cool.
I'm waiting to be invited into the conversation.
Yes, Grip, we're going through the grade, so you will have a chance, don't worry. You will have a chance, don't worry. We're just going through the grade. It's 3 minutes, so we'll be with you in about 12 minutes.
Thank you,
3 minutes start now. Ganda, the national prop.
Are those are those for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I know he's no longer here, but I'm happy to respond to him. I heard Grad say something along the lines of because I was actually addressing him on the point about flip flopping and everything like that, and he said, in politics you can be fluid, you can always change your mind when the landscape changes. These were his words verbatim. When things change, you can change your views. Like I said, with the tweet he posted on the 10th of June in 2011, he said Zimbabweans come here to get grants and they want to come here and get jobs, and gone are those days. Now, if he is saying you can be fluid in your politics because the landscape has changed, clearly that is actually not correct and not consistent, because that hasn't changed. Zimbabweans are still coming in for the exact same thing, looking for jobs, and they get grants in South Africa. So if his politics have changed, but the conditions he had put in previously haven't changed, that means the issue here isn't necessarily the political landscape that has changed. What has changed is the view of the actual individual. So that is what we need to discuss. The man has actually changed his views. It's got nothing to do with the political landscape having changed by itself. That is not the case. So people must not come here and try to justify Julius Malema's flip-flopping from one party to another or from one ideology to another. It's very simple. The man's principles can never be trusted. Even if people call it, the changing of landscape, which leads to the changing of politics, that doesn't make sense, because how then do you justify landscapes when he is willing to say losing Floyd today is one of the saddest days of my life, and then a week later he calls him a traitor? Was the landscape changed there? Let us not come here and lie to people. The man has no backbone. The man is able to change depending on the weather, and it is that simple. And this is evidence that can be provided from as far back as 2010, 2011. There are kids who were born in that time. Namhlanje ezikwazi ngisho ukuthuka inhlamba. Those kids today are in high school and are living very well. This man has been able to prove to all of us that his politics changed depending on the weather and depending on where he can get his bread. It is as simple as that. I have no one who can come to me and tell me anything different. Rads, I have a question for you though, and I have enough time to ask this question. I did say previously, we can not only look at Groenewald based on what he is doing as the Minister of Correctional Service. When we vote in South Africa, we don't vote for an individual, we vote for a party. What are the policies of the Freedom Front Plus as it relates to social responsibility and job creation? I still want to hear what that answer is.
Red, you can go ahead. Ganda, feel free to stay, bro. There's nobody requesting at the moment. But also, as soon as everybody has spoken on the panel, I will close. If you have capacity and people want to migrate over to you, Ganda, to further this discussion, they're more than welcome to. But Red, you can answer Ganda, and then we'll move on to political.
Yes, you know what? You're correct. We vote for a party's policies, not just individuals. Right? We can't just vote Peter Groenewald as president of our country. We have to do it through the Freedom Front Plus. And the reason why I support them is because the policy is about merit over race and decentralization of power. I refuse to vote for a party that uses the past as a permanent excuse for current failure. As a black person, I'm not a victim of the system that ended 30 years ago. I want a party that protects private property to rights and creates a stable environment for me to build my own business rather than waiting for the state to hand me something, to hand me something, right? I believe that success comes from personal responsibility and competence. This is exactly why I support Dr. Peter Groenewald and the Freedom Fund Plus.
Thank you so much, Rez. Political, your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay. No, okay, it's cool. We can move on. I actually had a follow-up because I don't think my question was answered, but we can move on.
Yeah, we need to move on, bro.
So
Sure.
I think since my time has already started, I just want to quickly get into this. Rads, you played us a video earlier on. In your video, Dr. Groenewald was telling us that you were saying Groenewald agrees that apartheid was wrong and apartheid was a crime. Now, I want to play you a video since I see that is something you enjoy. Just let's see. There we go.
Frankly, if anybody thinks in South Africa that you can take the land without compensation, you're living in a dream. Let me put it quite frankly to you. If you want to start a civil war in South Africa, do that. Do that.
Now, let me just quickly switch off the video. Okay. Now, firstly, in case you might miss that, if you're telling me that a man who acknowledges that a crime was committed, a theft, a crime was committed, and when the people who are trying to redress that crime, and he tells you that if you try to fix that crime, that then a civil war will break out, you're telling me that that person is an honorable person, I will dare say, I think you have a questionable understanding of what is integrity and honesty. That's number one. To make it make sense maybe to you. It's like if I'm sleeping in my house and somebody steals my car, two people come in and steal my car, and one of the people get back to me and say, I know exactly who stole your car. That's the person who stole your car. I acknowledge that that person stole a car and committed the theft. But if you try to take back the car, there will be civil war. That, for me, if that's your logic, that definitely for me questions, number one, your logic. It questions your integrity. If something was stolen, it by law, that has to be returned. The land was stolen. A crime was committed against the black masses of South Africa. And when you tell me that a man has integrity, when they tell you that you are not allowed to take back what is stolen from you, then I question your integrity. You go on to tell us about meritocracy and tell me that black people need to stop being lazy. Who's lazy? The people who were given free land that was stolen, free resources that were stolen. And you're telling us that for us wanting back what is stolen, we are lazy. We must go and fight it back. Again, meritocracy, when you're saying that everything must be equal. That's like telling me that with your current logic, white people already have an advantage that we don't have as black people. They have a head start that we don't have as black people. They were given a head start. It's like saying I must run a race where white people from Durban to Johannesburg, where white people are going to start from Harrismith and I have to start from Durban. And you're telling me that's a fair race. It's unfair to tell me that to preach meritocracy at this point of the game when white people have already been given the land, the resources. They own 85% of the land.
Thank you so much, Political. Political, I've just followed you. Follow me back. I think we need to arrange a debate.
Absolutely. I would love that.
I think we need to arrange a debate. Yeah, I've just followed you. Follow me back, bro. We'll make it happen. Hopefully, we'll make it happen mid this week. Kanda will be more than happy to host it if he has capacity. Kanda will also be hosting a debate on Sunday. I'm just working on finalizing that. Makai or Mahai, I don't know.
Makai.
But there you go.
No, it's my turn. I have to respond, Mr. Zania.
Yes, you're correct, Rez. Sorry, pardon me. You're correct. Go ahead.
Oh.
Well, first of all,
so
yeah,
what is
well,
it? Should
Makai
hold on for a while?
Yes.
Yes, just hold on for a while, Makai. Askis.
Well, let's be factual, Mr. Political Zayist. Number one, the majority of land is in the hands of the state. Majority of arable agricultural land is in the hands of white people, but in terms of total land ownership is in the hands of the state. Let's be clear. Don't mislead people. That's number one. Number two, is that there have been certain black communities that have made successful land claims, and the state asked those people whether they want financial compensation or whether they want the land. Then those people, 94% of those respondents said that they want the money, right? So, and also you also have to acknowledge that the land was lost through war, and that was how things worked that time. We fought, our people came up short. They had guns, we had spears, they overpowered us. That's just reality.
Use TikTok language, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, right? That's just reality. But by calling it, but you call it theft, it's simplifying, it's like you are appealing to us emotionally, right? But this thing needs logic. Dr. Peter Groenewald isn't threatening a war. He's stating a hard economic and social reality. You can fix a past crime by committing a new one. Seizing land without compensation destroys the economy, kills investment, and leads to state collapse, right? And also, if you look at countries like...
Sum up, my leader.
If you look at countries like Ethiopia, Eritrea, Azerbaijan, and Armenia, so many examples when land was questioned, the state went into war. I hope I answered you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. I can do F1, guys.
Can I just one question?
No,
I promise I'm
done. I can't, my leader.
Okay.
I can't. I need to be fair to everyone. Askis.
Schedule a debate.
I'll schedule a debate between the two of you. Yes, hopefully mid this week, Thursday, Friday. I'll schedule a debate, but I can't give you extra time. Mahai, go ahead, please.
Kaya Baba, thank you very much. How many minutes do I have?
You've got 3 minutes, and pardon me for your name.
Okay, thank you so much. Look, I've been listening, sir, okay? Greetings to your esteemed panel. I'm speaking from a very narrow or ignorant point of view, most. I'm from the villages. I'm listening to your panelists, okay? And my worry is the Dr. Groenewald campaign is on overdrive at my villages. I don't know where the people got the wind of this campaign from, but I'm telling you and warning you now. If your panelists, not only on this live alone, keep ignoring the very fact that why people are so much keen to vote for Dr. Groenewald, let me just state one thing. They are well aware of who Groenewald is. They are not naive. They know him as an apartheid apologist. They know him with his checkered history of racism and everything else, hawking the land and stuff like that. Some comments that he makes and everything else. They already know that. Question is, why are you people still laboring around Groenewald, this Groenewald, that? Are you not really perturbed that so many people now in the far-flung areas in the periphery have gotten wind of this and they are going to vote for Groenewald, whilst you are still bickering around whether or not he's the right candidate? Let me tell you something. Julius Malema, at some point, he said he was going to vote for DA whether they want his votes or not. What was that? Sarcasm. He knew what he was doing because he wanted to get under somebody's skin. Exactly what is going on now, okay? So it's a very friendly warning that if you leave behind the disgruntled group of people and you expend a lot of effort on attacking Groenewald, his steam train is moving. I'm telling you now.
Guys, is it me or Makai is?
No, it is.
No, I think Ubulucede. I think Makai. We can hear you clearly.
Yeah, Makai, better in Anzig.
That is going to change. See what I mean? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, we lost you there for a second, but go ahead, continue.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying they will always retort and say, what is it that is going to happen now after some 30 years of loyalty and everything else voting for the same thing, the same old over and over again? So it's just my warning. I'm sorry I'm shooting off on a tangent, but each time you guys speak, please spare thought for the people who are not part of this. And they are sitting there, they've made up their minds. They know Groenewald. They know Groenewald who he is, including his checkered history. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. But Makai, thank you so much. I appreciate
Yes,
that. Do you want to
Mr.
respond,
Zainab.
Reds?
Yes. Well, first of all, shout out to
1
the Freedom
minute.
Fund Plus. Shout out to the Freedom Fund Plus members on the ground. You guys, do a good job. And Mr. Magai, if you know the leader of that of those groups, please come in my DMs. I would like to send him a bit of money. It's important that the Freedom Fund Plus reaches all sectors of society. But the reason why the steam train is moving isn't because people are naive about the past, right? It's because they are prioritizing their future over an exhausted political scripts about revolution and the past, and people are tired of that. People want actual results, and they see that in the Freedom Fund Plus through the Honorable Dr. Peter Groenewald. Thank you for that submission, Mr. Magai.
Thank you so much. Grip, 3 minutes just now. Thank you so much for being patient.
Ah, yes, absolutely. Greetings to everybody on the panel. Greetings to everybody in the comment section. Greetings to everybody who has taken the time to sit here and have this discussion with us. It seems as if like the focus is centralized to RAD's opinion, but it's fine. I will address you and I will share my 3 minutes with you. I will not keep it to myself, right? RADS, I remember you saying to us here, just because a person is black does not make him special. Just because a person is black does not mean that the country, the world, or whatever owes him anything. Did you say that? Simple, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. I agree with you. But I just want you to maybe help us understand. We, the black people, are natives of this land. Do you remember that there was a time where there was an act passed that was called forced removals? Can you tell us what that act was about?
I haven't done my research. Tell me about that.
You are lying. You've been lying this whole time. I'm going to ask you this question again. Be honest. Respect the host. Respect me. Respect the people on the panel and the people in the comments section. Do you know what the Forced Removals Act was? Be honest.
I think it was about moving black people into separate communities, particularly the Bantustan.
Okay. What was the main goal that was aimed to be achieved by the government at that time? What were they trying to achieve by forced removals?
Separate cultural autonomies.
Okay, cool. Do you understand that when our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers were moved from those lands, that their forefathers' bones and blood carpeted street pavements and they fossilized and fertilized the land on which they now benefit? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do understand that, and also white people also had to move in certain areas. So
No. You understand that?
You're pushing a narrative.
I rest my case. I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you any questions. I rest my case.
Thank you so much.
Can I please respond?
Because okay, go ahead. I'll give you 1 minute.
Listen, bro.
Don't respond. I did not ask a question. No. I did not ask.
Azania.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Look, bro. History happened. A lot of it was bad. A lot of it was very unfair, especially towards us black people. But we have to move forward. I mean, this is what Nelson Mandela preached: reconciliation and working for a better future. By seeking revenge, by being bitter about the past, by being, having a victim complex, it's not going to assist you in any way. And yes, I did say that, being black isn't a special status that entitles us to handouts or excuses. It should be a standard for excellence that we should hold on ourselves. Why are you looking for a special treatment through a system of victimhood? I'm looking for actual results. The past is the one that keeps us backward. By saying that I deserve to be a CEO or a director because I'm previously disadvantaged, and not because you have the skills to lead that department, is the exact same reason why we got ourselves in the situation that we're in 30 years, right? People were put there because of their skin color. It's an issue. Stop being a victim.
Thank you so much, Reds. Guys, just so you are aware, I'm not accepting any more requests. After this panel is finished speaking, I will close and we can migrate to Kandakanda if he has capacity to host and you guys have time.
Host, can you give us the last people 4 minutes nyana again, please? Ukuvalelisa.
Okay, so here's when.
Host, can I respond to him? Can I respond to him?
No, Grip. We have to be fair. No, Grip. I can't
respond.
You have to be fair.
It's not fair, though. I mean, how is he responding to me, but I can't respond to him?
He has to.
He was the debater.
Yeah, I set up a debate. I'll cook you to the group.
I know, Reds. You are not going to make this panel Reds versus.
Wait, guys. Hold on. Keza, 4 minutes started.
No, please restart it. So, Reds, did you say Julius Malema was found guilty of fraud?
Julius Malema was found guilty of fraud. No, I said that the case was stopped due to delays. However, the court said that his properties in Sandton and his farm were close.
Okay, you didn't say he was found guilty of fraud, so you agree he wasn't found guilty of fraud?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say that Freedom Front Plus grew in 2009?
2019.
Initially, you said 2009, but that's fine. Now, in 2024, it fell by a whole percentage. What do you have to say about that?
I'm saying, guys, it's time for us to consolidate our forces and go out to the black masses so that we can put them in power so that Peter Groenewald can lead this country.
No. You are not directing your answer to my question. Explain the decline by 1% under Groenewald's leadership. Since he's such a competent guy who's just good at stuff, merit, you know? How does his party fall by 1%?
Well, parties go through occasional dips and ups and downs. The DA also went through the same thing. The EFF is, it's party political stagnation. Everyone goes through that.
That sounds like you are making excuses for failure, if anything. Now, two brothers leading as presidents of Freedom Front Plus, would you be happy if the same thing happened in EFF?
It doesn't matter. If the EFF can deliver results, which they haven't in Limpopo, it's about meritocracy. It's about competence.
So what meritocracy warranted two brothers becoming leaders of Freedom Front Plus? What did they achieve that qualifies them both to be leaders?
Well, then they were obviously advocating for.
No. Advocacy is not an achievement.
Oh, okay.
What did they achieve in merit to qualify them to become leaders of this party back to back?
Well, they've been advocating, they've been speaking up.
No. Again, advocacy is not an achievement.
You know what, Kaiser? I'm not going to answer questions anymore.
All right. If you don't have an answer, just leave it alone.
No, you keep interrupting me. I'm trying to
firstly, here's another thing. Here's another funny thing that...
Can I answer a
question?
Sorry, Reds. Remember, Reds, it's his time. You'll get a chance after. Go ahead,
he keeps interrupting, Mr. Azania. And he thinks he's...
It's my time. I get to claim it back.
When are you setting up a debate with me? I'd like to cook you too, Kaiser.
No, you are not going to make this panel Reds versus others. Don't be obnoxious. Now, here's another funny thing that people don't know. There's a lot of nepotism in white sports, not just politics. I think I've already stated that the Mulders have a history of passing down leadership to one another. The father, who was in a scandal of corruption, passed down leadership to his sons, who passed down leadership to one another. Now, you say it's not special to be black. There's nothing objectively special about what other black parties are doing. There's elections and different leaders who are not from the same family are being elected. But there seems to be special treatment for specifically white Afrikaner males inside Lokunja, Freedom Front Plus. You say it's protecting Afrikaners, but you also say it's a problem when people protect their own race. Why is it right for Afrikaners to be protected but not for blacks?
Thank you, Kaiser.
Is his time finished? Because if I answer him, he's going to interrupt me.
No, his
Mr.
time is
Zandi.
finished. His time is finished.
Oh, his time is finished. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, Mr. Kaiser, you're focusing on surnames. I'm focusing on results. The Freedom Fund Plus leadership is earned through a track record of service, not populist rhetoric that we see from the political parties that you support. You talk about different leaders in other parties, but what does that rotation actually achieve for the average person? Constant leadership changes. Constant leadership changes parties haven't stopped corruption and fixed the economy, right? You're just changing the face of a person and you expect results. True results come from competence that the Freedom Fund Plus has shown to us. Thank you.
Your host, I have to mention this.
No, you can't. Kaiser, you can't. Hold on, Kaiser. No, you can't, Kaiser. I have to be fair to everyone.
In a steady incline since 2015.
No,
it's not
hold on.
Groenewald's achievement.
Kaiser,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Kaiser, set up a debate, bro. Just set up a debate.
I stopped to creep, so I have to be fair, guys.
You are a liar, bruh.
Hold on, Kaiser. Guys, also, I can't accept anyone. I see my brother there, Zishan. I can't accept anyone, Zishan, because we're closing after this is finished. VR, it's your turn.
Thank you. Where's my time?
VR, do you want the whole 4 minutes, or do you think 3 minutes will be okay?
No, 3 minutes is fine. I can cook him in 3.
Okay, cool.
RADS. You say that Andre Groenewald is running a perfect prison system. Why is it that more than 100 million rand the Department of Correctional Services is in the red? So therefore, he's not doing his job properly. Then, why is there 6 high-ranking officials' positions vacant? And this is now 2 years later, and he still haven't replaced these people. How can you call him running a perfect correctional services?
Oh, thank you very much. The 100 million rand in the red isn't a sign of bad leadership. It's the cost of cleaning up years of mismanagement and budget costs. You can't fix a broken house without spending money on the foundation. And the
Okay, Rats, I'll stop you there. Answer to the other questions. Come.
Answer. You said that you're going to cook me. I'm answering
No,
your
but
question.
I stopped you there purely because you're talking rubbish.
You're wrong.
Well, why don't you go research it? Do your research. Prove me wrong. Crucify me if I'm wrong. But you are wrong.
But listen, being in the red shows, being in the red right now is a result of inheriting a system that was neglected.
No, don't lie.
But
he's got it now for 2 years. Come on.
So listen, before that 2 years, the Department of Correctional Services was tackling a 7.9 billion maintenance backlog from and the 2 billion annual shortfall causing treasury.
You just told everybody earlier that he has saved the department 100 million.
Yes.
Making bread. Okay, which the bread making and manufacturing was there prior to that. Come on, Rats, stop lying and bullshitting. Please, Rats, can I ask you this with my last 36 seconds? Can I ask you to apologize to South Africa for what you are doing? Please, Rats, you need to apologize. I stand down my time. Thank you.
No problem. Let's go ahead. Apologize. There you go. You can 1 minute, Reds.
Yeah. Listen, Mister. Listen. I won't be apologizing. My stance is rooted in the belief that we must move far beyond the past and take personal responsibility and accountability to build our own future. I stand by my words, and I believe that my path is true empowerment for our people. Stop being a victim. Umdala, Mr. VR.
Thank you so much, Red. Guys, after African Girl, Uganda will open just in case you guys want to go back there and kind of talk about this a bit more. African Girl, you got 3 minutes, my sister. Go ahead.
Red, and I'm trying to talk to all South Africans, guys, please. Don't let people come on these panels and let you think that they are better than what you believe. Because first, I don't really agree with a white man's party because Peter Groenewald was part of the apartheid regime. So, if he could have done it before, why can't he do it again if he's in power? And I'm very sorry to tell this to Red. Red, all the things that you said on this panel right now, I don't believe you. And I will never believe you. I am very sorry, but I am not into white parties because I am so scared to talk about it. If I have to talk about it, I'm telling you guys, we go through a lot in apartheid and we can't go again through this. And what he said in the parliament, I will never forget it. And you say the black people mustn't think that they are something. Who the hell are you as white people? You are the ones who come to Africa, colonize us, and then you still want to have rights in our continent, in our countries. Which nonsense is this? It's only South Africa who allow it. The other African nations chase all of you out of their countries. We are tired of you and your colonize. You colonize us, now you want to colonize our mindset also. We're never gonna vote for you. Doesn't matter. And I ask my African brothers, please guys, don't vote for these people. Don't vote for them. Rather vote for the Dula, but don't vote for them. They are not worthy. Don't give them power. They didn't belong here. They must pack their bags. America give you an invite. Why don't you go to America and leave us alone? We want our freedom. We want our freedom. Please. And you guys still keep us in your kind of mind. We are tired of you. We don't want you here. Go. Thank you.
African, thank you so much, my sister. You were the first person to get on the panel when I first could open for people to come. So I appreciate that. By Danke.
Yes, let me quickly
Reds,
respond.
just
Yes,
1 minute, Reds, and then a final word from you, and then everyone is gonna move to Kandakanda because Kandakanda is gonna open just in case people want to, just ventilate this issue a bit more. Thank you so much, Tibos, bro. Thank you, Tabo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but
Yeah.
no, sorry, Rats. Before you go ahead, I'm going to open. Are you happy to come up as well for the engagement?
No, I've cut so many people. I just want to go rest. I'll see. Listen, guys, if you want me, I'm always open for a debate. Kaiser, stop. As how many times have I asked for Kaiser in the DMs? I'd love to cook Kaiser.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And the discussion should
talk
be about
about it.
Orania. The discussion should be about Orania. Make that the topic.
Did you hear Keza yesterday?
What did he say?
You need a
Kaiser
year,
wasn't
bruh.
even. Yeah. Kaiser, set up a debate case. I'll cook you too. But
just a final one Final one.
No, can I respond to African Girl and then I make my final submission?
Yeah, of course. I'll give you 3 minutes here for all of that.
African Girl, I'm a black person, ke Mosotho, ke tswa Freistata kwa, ke ko ke tswang teng, ke motho a motsho. I'm a black person. And I hear your concern about the past, my sister, but my support isn't about looking backward. It's about the efficiency and meritocracy that I see in their current policies. I believe that as black people, we have the power to hold our leaders accountable today, regardless of their history. If a party, and the way that I see the Freedom Front Plus is performing, they are performing, right? And if a party offers a path to economic growth and individual responsibility right now, that is more important to me than any, instances of injustices and apartheid. I want to move forward, right? I don't want to be the chains of my past. No, I want solution. I'm choosing to focus on the system that works for my future, not the one that we have already gone past. I hope it answers your question, African lady.
Closing. Anything to close this? Or is that you?
Yeah, I'll close. Guys, the Honorable Peter Goedewald is doing incredible things in Parliament as Minister of Correctional Services. The man is phenomenal. The man is outstanding. He's performed, and people even said that Dr. Hossein Churamokhope is performing better than Peter Goedewald. Hossein is performing well, but he spent billions in trying to fix EXCOM. Dr. Peter Goedewald is saving billions in trying to fix EXCOM. Guys, I think we should move forward. Our enemy are the black people who we entrusted into power. It's not time for us to give white people a chance to govern this country. And the only one who can do that is Dr. Peter Goedewald, the great white hope. Thank you, Zanya, and thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much, Rez. Listen, Ulutuli House and the Grip, I'm closing, guys. However, both of you are requesting, which means you've got something to say. Ganda will literally open as soon as I finish here. There's 150 people here, which means that people want this conversation to continue. So Ganda is literally going to open as I close here. In fact, Ganda, go open now and people can migrate to you as I'm yapping. But Grad, thank you so much for your time, bro. I really appreciate your time, Reds. Sorry. I really appreciate your time, your preparation. Today's debate was fantastic. So thank you so much, bro. Guys, we have got the first female showdown happening this Saturday. And on Sunday, I'm hoping to book Maboso and Citizen Zeti. But the topic at the moment, I'm not happy with. So we need to try and find a topic that is going to not be focused on South Africa. We need to kind of have a topic that's going to be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more dynamic. When you have people who Maboso, you want him to have a topic where you're going to get a lot from him. When you have somebody like Citizen Zeti as well, a political scientist, you want as well to give him something that is going to be very good, So geopolitics, exactly, something like that, So I can't waste these two guys on a topic that is flimsy. So on Saturday at 3 we have got Oado and Lungs. Both of them are polite yet potent. They are factual, they are chilled, they are composed. So it's gonna make for a very, very, very intellectual debate. I have no doubts about that. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for tapping and liking. The Bullpen, thank you so much to GRAD and RADS. Thank you for stepping into the arena and standing your ground. Until next time, guys, shalele.